What's up, everybody? It's Coach Hayes, just exercising my thoughts. Deion Sanders is currently in the news because he was talking about not doing in-home visits. And he says that he wants to do it a different way. Fine, no problem. It is his program. He was hired there to be the head coach of Colorado. And one thing about being a college coach, you have complete autonomy on how you want to run your program. You know what matters? Wins and losses, and that's it. So if he wants to do it a certain way, let him do it that way. But here's what I will say about it. Personally, I've said this before on previous shows. I still think it's important. I still think it's important to recruit high school players, but he's not doing it that way. And that's up to him. That's okay. Class of 24, he's only gotten, I think, 5 recruits in that class. None currently committed at the time of this video for the class of 25. So, you know, that's how he wants to run this program. Then that's what he would have to do. But I will say this. There are a lot of people saying in-home visits is not important. You don't have to do in-home visits. I highly disagree. If you are going to recruit high school players, in-home visits are important. And here's why I say they're important. As a coach, I've been a part of many of those in-home visits. They are important because, and people don't want to hear this, I talked about this on a previous show and I'll get to that in a second. There are 3 main reasons. 3. 1, it shows the family that the university sees that kid as a priority, that you're going to take the time out of your day to come to their house. That's 1. 2, you are now, as a university and a head coach, you are now in their domain. You are in that kid's domain, right? You're in their comfort level. They're not in your big office. They're not on the university campus. They're not surrounded by everybody. You're surrounded, as a head coach, surrounded by their family and the people that matter to them. So now the pressure is on you as a head coach to perform. And 3rd, as a head coach, you get an opportunity to see how this player lives, what his family situation is like, where he comes from, what his neighborhood looks like when he walks out his door every day. What does he have to face, right? And the reason that's important is because as a head coach, you know what you're dealing with as a player. You know how to individualize your coaching. And that's big right there. Now I'm gonna go back and kind of say why I said all those things. 1, Coach Prime talked about having people come to Colorado. That's great. That's what you're supposed to do. A lot of those kids will come on unofficial visits, but they'll definitely come on an official visit, which the university pays for. They're going to see Boulder. They're going to see Colorado. They're going to see whatever university it is. 2, you always have the parent in your house, meaning your university. So sometimes they don't feel like they get specialized attention. You know, a lot of people said, oh, well, you know, Coach Prime can see 30 kids at the same time. That's true. But as a parent, when I'm there and I'm sending my kid off to you, I want to make sure I have that specialized attention, right? I can ask the one question, the one-on-ones. Maybe I don't want everybody else to hear. Maybe I don't want everybody else to be privy to our conversations, right? And then 3, like Coach Prime said in his presser, by 7 o'clock, when the lights go down, the rats and the roaches come out. Well, guess what? That may be important for a coach to see that. right? Because now he knows where said player is coming from. He understands. Instead of just hearing it, he gets a chance to see it. And I think it's super important. Let me go back and say this. Everybody wants to make the comparison between him, Nick Saban, Kirby Smart, Ryan Day. Well, I can appreciate those things. But those guys do it for a reason. There is a reason these head coaches do in-home visits. There is a reason they take their time to go seal the deal with these top players. And I can't remember the player's name right now, but I remember him saying, top player, I can't remember where, I don't know if it was Ohio State, Georgia. But anyway, he said the in-home visit, seeing him interact with his family, right, was the reason in which he made his decision to go to that university. That's big. And also the in-home visit is like the way to seal the deal. The cherry on the top, the icing on the cake, per se. And that's big. Now, I'm gonna go back to Prime for a second. People have to understand that. Shout out to Law Dog, who was on Rawhide and them talking about it. And I think he kind of summed it up like everybody said. Coach Prime is not doing in-home visits because he's not recruiting high school players. And to what Prime said in the press conference, no, you don't go and do in-home visits with transfers. These guys have already been through that. These guys have been sent off to college. They're adults. It's a different when you're sending off your 17-year-old son, say from Florida all the way to Colorado. Huh? Especially these moms. And Coach Prime always talk about, you know, when he was on, I think it was Rich Eisen, talking about the single family person homes and single moms. That's their baby. They want to make sure they're going to be okay. Yeah, he might be 6'5", 300 pounds, but that's still that baby. Mama bear going to always kick in. And that's why it's important. So I said a while back now when I was doing a show with another guy, and he kept saying, how you know Coach Prime not doing in-home visits? Because there's no evidence. When people do in-home visits, they take the picture. These kids like to post it, this, that, and the other. And I told him, look, bro, then he's not doing them, right? Well, how do you know Coach Prime didn't tell them not to post a picture? How'd that work out for you? Like he said he hasn't done any. The University of Colorado has come out and confirmed he hasn't done any. So one thing about it, there's always evidence out there. And when you don't see something, it's usually not there, right? And that's all I was saying. But anyway, that whole thing ended up getting somebody some season tickets to a Colorado game. So shout out to them. Y'all know who I'm talking about. But anyway, like I said, Coach Prime is not recruiting high school kids. Will that work out for him in the long run? I don't know. And to be honest with you, I don't care. Is he only recruiting out the transfer portal? Probably 95%, 90% of his players? Yeah. And that's what he wants to do. So let him do it. At the end of the day, it's about W's and L's. And that's all the university cares about, believe it or not. They don't have any cares about who he's bringing in. Now, I will say this. A lot of people talking about, oh, he's a celebrity. He can't go to houses. You know, I'm going to say a couple of things in that press conference. I get where Coach Prime coming from, but I disagree. He brought up going down to IMG. If I go to IMG and I don't go to the school down the road, how that's going to look. I get it. but it happens all the time. If you don't have players, they're not coming to your school, bro. Right? And a coach cannot go see every high school. So they plot out who they're going to go see. That's part of the game as well. Right? That's part of the game as well. So no, you can't go see, go to IMG and then go over to Bradenton, Riverview, or something like that, Sarasota, Riverview. Maybe they don't have players. Example only. So I'm just putting that out there. And I think, to me, that was an excuse for saying why he didn't do it, part one. Part two is, well, he needs security. He's a celebrity. Guys, I get it. But Coach Prime goes out in the public. He goes to restaurants and eat and all that kind of stuff. If he's going to a home, right? He's going into a home. It's not going to trust me. It's not that crazy. I've been in the home with a Nick Saban. I've been in the home with a Will Muschamp. I've been in the home with Kirby Smarts. Hell, Nick Saban more famous in Alabama than the governor. So, to me, if you really want to do it, he would do it. Okay? And what was the last? Oh, saving money. Come on, Coach Prime. You know I know better. And you know better. He said he's a businessman. And part of why he doesn't do home visits is to save the university money. Come on, Coach. Come on, Coach. I get it. I understand it. But it's a major operation. Major operation. $120 million. $120 million was reported. And we talking about doing 10 in-home visits? Come on, Coach. Saving money, how about this? That money you spent getting that one kid, he'll make that 10 times over in record sales. Huh? He'll make that 10 times over in touchdowns. 10 times over in tickets. 10 times over in jersey sales. So come on, you always got to spend money to make money, Coach. You're a businessman, you know that. But anyway, those are just my thoughts on it. A lot of people busting his head. But if he don't want to recruit high school players, then don't recruit high school players. At the end of the day, it's about wins and losses. And so that's Coach Hayes, just exercising my thoughts. Let me know if I'm crazy or not in the comment section. Let me know what you agree, disagree with, or just put your part in the comment section. Coach Hayes, catch you at the 50-yard line. Peace.